Hello. Today I want to talk a little bit about charge controllers, and so here's some that I'm using right now, and I just got them in this little thing so that they can be out of the weather. But sometimes people ask me, well, how come you have 4 of them? Well, the reason is this. These particular ones are only 30 amps. So at 24 volts, P equals E times I. P is power or watts. So 24 times E equals E, which is volts, 24. So P is the watts of the solar panel. So E times I is amps. So basically they'll only handle 3 solar panels each. These little ones. Now you can get one charge controller that will handle, several hundred amps. So, but the one thing about having several of them is that if one goes bad, it's no big deal. The rest of the system is still working. If you only have one charge controller and it goes out, then your whole system's down. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so you can see. And this particular one, now actually each of the voltages are different on, for instance, this one is 24.6, and this one over here is 25. Now why is that when they're both on the same battery bank? Well, the difference is each array of solar panels, the wires come from the solar panels. You can see each wire comes from the solar panels, and then in each wire, and it goes into the charge controller, and then it goes in to the battery bank. And each charge controller determines how much charge to let the battery bank receive. So it's not uncommon for them all to have different numbers, because they're constantly in a state of adjustment based on the power coming from the solar panel, and also based on the charge that already exists in the battery bank. And as the charge of the battery bank increases, then the charge controller puts less juice to the batteries. Now, the main thing is that you don't ever want your batteries to become overcharged, because then they bubble the acid out. And of course, you can get maintenance-free batteries that don't have acid. Those are rather temperamental, and if your system is really good and everything's working good and that, then you can do that. I prefer lead acid just because they're cheaper. I do have to do a little bit of maintenance every once in a while, add some water and stuff, but that doesn't matter, saving $100 per battery. So anyway, what you do is you put a charge controller between your solar panel or wind turbine, between that and your battery bank, and then your batteries will never get overcharged, and they'll stay charged. And the sun is kind of non-existent today, pretty much. It's kind of cloudy, so we're not getting a tremendous amount of electricity today. So the battery bank is it's 25 volts or less. If the sun was shining, those numbers would be 27, 28. And of course it depends on, the load that I'm using too. I've got, a computer on now. If a fridge or something that uses juice or microwave or something kicks on, then the numbers will change rapidly. But anyhow, I just wanted to talk a little bit about charge controllers. And, you can become a dealer and buy these, or you can just buy them on eBay. It's no big deal. They're relatively cheap. These particular ones right here are PWM, which is pulse width modulation. There's MPPT, which is slightly better, and considerably more expensive. And so, for me, I don't have any shortage of sun, and I don't have any shortage of solar panels. So to me, it's no big deal. So these are fine. And keep your system grounded so that if lightning strikes, even within 100 yards, it can fry things. So you want to have a good ground, which I didn't in the beginning because I'm on a big rock. This rock that I'm on is about a mile square, just one rock. And so it's hard to find a place to put a grounding pole. But, typically, you should do it. And if you can't run one vertically, you can run one horizontally, actually, on the ground. If you want to get a good connection to the earth, if it's even under 6 inches of sand, it'll get a good connection to the earth if you put a lot of salt around it. Salt makes it, and then, especially, and if it's moist, it'll be good too. But if it's not moist, you can use salt. That'll give you a good connection to the earth. Anyhow, just want to talk a little bit about charge controllers, and I'm going to periodically make these videos, and you can subscribe to this channel and like it if you do like it, and I hope you have a great day.